Hello, everyone. Can y'all hear me? Holla if you hear me. I'm a little far away today. I don't have myself all the way zoomed in. Sorry about that, folks. How you guys doing? Could take myself down for just a quick second. I feel like I'm like, oh, oh I'm so far away. Oh, crazy, 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 crazy. Listen, thanks for popping on. I had to kind of happy Friday evening. Um I wanted to just pop on. I've not been really feeling well most of the day today. I got a few things done that I needed to get done. And but there are some things that have been happening and I wanted to come on rather quickly here tonight and um kind of speak to you guys and bring I can get closer. You guys don't mind? Thanks. I know I need to get closer. This is why I need someone in studio to like help me with my real-time production. Um but at any rate, um I this is going to be the new there's remember I told you we're going to do another podcast during the week. And this is a working title. I'm calling it Light Worker Toolbox. L.I.G.H.T. Love inspires going higher together. And the light work or going higher together work, um, I think we all could use a few tools and a few tips of the trade as we navigate this world as it is today. So, this is going to be the complement to the Sunday Soul podcast. We will still definitely have that. But as Heart of Inspiration itself grows, this is the direction, because you guys do enjoy the podcast. So, this is what we're going to be doing. Now, much like Sunday Soul podcast, from time to time, we are going to have guests. From time to time, we'll either go live or I will um, pre record and then be with you once it's dropped. Um, Today it's kind of a 911 day. Today is a little 911, and the Sunday Soul podcast is going to be a little bit more of a 911, and I'll tell you more about that then. But today I wanted to talk about how to navigate negative energy, how to navigate negative energy. And the reason why this is a 911 today is astrologically, you can check the charts. We have Uranus that is now stationary direct in Taurus, and Mars is fast approaching to come conjunct, fully conjunct, dead on, spot on conjunct. It's already considered conjunct now because it's within orb, but to come spot on conjunct at approximately midnight on January the 20th. At that time as well, the sun will be at 0 degrees Aquarius, and all of that lovely little conjunction happening over there in Taurus is then squaring the sun, Saturn, and Jupiter. And by the way, we have the moon in Aries squaring Pluto in Capricorn. So it's going to be a little wonky it's going to be a bumpy ride for the next few days as the moon is getting, over there to Aries and coming through Capricorn and then Aquarius and Pisces and moving over there. Well, it should be, let me see if it's going to be in Aries on the 20th, the 18th. So tomorrow it should be leaving. It should be moving into Pisces or somewhere along that line within the next day or so. Um, so what we're seeing as a result of that, and um, on this particular show, on this particular podcast, this is going to be a lot about the the things that I use, the aspects of energy work, energy tools that are made available to all of us, um, and how I use them in my light work, how I use them in my, as I, go through and live out my purpose. And my hope is that in chatting about this with you all, that you all then will be able to take these on and utilize them in your purpose and your work. So you're going to hear me talk referencing things like astrological transits, and you're going to hear me referencing things like chakras, and you're going to hear me referencing, quantum manifestation, as a result from quantum physics. And you're going to hear me talk about alchemy and all of these things, because these are all tools: tarot, oracle decks, saging, crystals, all of this. They're all part of it, right? So, how to navigate negative energy. I'm forewarning you that there's a lot of, I would say, adversarial energy that is coming down the pipe and coming to a, universe near you. Okay? It's coming into your world. And I can't deny that. For a lot of us, we've probably already seen it start to appear. Hello. We've probably already seen a lot of this start to appear. Just to be super honest with you. And how do we present, what do we do with it? Well, first of all, can I just say, we have to first, as a light worker, okay, as a light worker, or as one that is of the light and is shining the light. Maybe next week I'll do a definition of what is a light worker, but as one that is shining the light and a conduit for it in this world, we have to get past kind of these labels of negative, evil, and whatnot. I'm not saying that there is not negativity nor evil in the world. I'm not saying that there aren't some people out here that are pretty not nice, that are just not nice people, and that are selfish and self-centered. Negativity tends to be just that: selfish, self-centered energy. So when someone does something that negatively or adversely affects you, your energy, your aura, your space, the world, whatever the case is, typically what you will find is deep down underneath that negative, air quotes, energy that is being expelled, there is a great level of self-centered or selfishness that's involved. A lot of times it's because of lack of self-love, or the choice that one is going to exalt oneself in a less than positive, less than light-filled way over the needs, wants, desires, feelings, whatever, of others. That whatever the situation is that that individual is find themselves in, okay, that whatever their feelings are paramount and most important, and it doesn't matter what's going on in anybody else's world. Now you might say, well, Lisa, if you've had the opportunity to work with me, you'll hear me say, well, you have to put yourself first. There's a level and a way of putting yourself first that is not adversely affecting other people. They might feel like it's adversely affecting them, but it is not actually adversely affecting them. Perfect case in point. I had to take some time for me today. I could not, as much as I wanted to, give out any more energy earlier today. I didn't have it. I had to lay down, get some rest. I'm fighting off, I think it's just the allergy thing to like the dust in the air in the house. But I had to fight that off and allow my body to rest and rejuvenate. Now, were people, some of you are probably in here, that emailed me and that we wanted to get together and we tried to get together. I just didn't have the energy, and I apologize. I just didn't have it. I had to put myself and my needs first. I even chose not to go out to dinner with Megan and the girls. Not that I didn't want to. I love to spend time with them. I love to go out to eat with them. We have a fabulous time every time we go do something, right? But I knew that I needed to stay here. I wanted to come and do this with you all, try to gather up some more energy and see what else I can do tonight. But I had to take care of me. Now, did that with my granddaughter. She was very like, well, grandma, come on. Come, I want you to come with us. But did that greatly adversely affect her? No. Right? It wasn't that I was being selfish to be malicious. And you will know the difference as a light worker. Okay? But I will tell you when it's negative energy or when it is maliciously done in some form or fashion, when someone does something and they're so self centered and so self focused and self absorbed that all that matters is what it is that they want to have done. Damn everybody else. I don't care what's going on with you. I don't care what's happening with you. I don't care what to do and what to boo. It don't matter to me. Because gosh darn it, this is how I'm feeling, what I want, I need. And I don't give a damn about what you need. That's negativity. So when we're talking about negative energy, we're talking about very self centered energy. We're talking about energy that literally sucks your energy out. I mean, just go, and thank you very much. Thanks for playing. Right? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about when this energy is somewhat of a drain on you. We're talking about when it pushes and forces you kind of in a little funk. If it makes you feel fearful, if it starts making you feel icky, negative, like less than, if someone's trying to make you feel guilty over something that honest to goodness you shouldn't feel guilty over. And can I just be real? There's not that much you should feel guilty about. You know, if you're operating with integrity and doing everything with integrity, with the world, with the collective's best interest and at heart, and you're part of the collective, beloved, that's good. Listen, you are part of the collective. You are an individual member of the collective. So if you are doing things with the collective's best interest at heart, that means naturally you are doing things at your best interest, with your best interest at heart. So that by definition then cannot be negative. But if someone is making you feel guilty about doing something that you know is full of love, light, and integrity, that is negative energy. I see in the chat we're talking about laying down boundaries and things like that. That's one of the things. Thank you. You're stealing my thunder. I'm just kidding. So, how do you navigate negative energy? Well, first of all, as is so eloquently put into the chat, we must put boundaries down. There are boundaries upon which you cannot cross. You teach people how to treat you. You do. We all do. I do. You teach people how you will allow yourself to be treated. That goes for individuals, groups, everything. What we allow, then the other outside entity or other energy says they must be okay with this, so I'm just going to continue doing it. That's number one. Set proper boundaries. Teach somebody else how you wish to be treated. Because let me tell you something, when the rubber meets the road and the person finally crosses that final boundary, and then you're like, yeah, I'm good. Then if you haven't properly, and sometimes even if you have, let's just be real, even if you have set the proper boundaries energetically, and sometimes you literally have to do it verbally, even when you have set those boundaries, sometimes people just blow right past it and think they can get away with it. So it'll be a shock to some. How do I set a boundary, least when it's like universal energy? Well, in this case, over the next few days, we're going to be experiencing a greater level of rather aggressive, I have to be free, I have to do me, things have to change. You're going to feel a very aggressive level, and I call it aggressive because Mars is aggressive energy. And then we have the moon in Aries, that which controls our feelings, right? And our emotions. So the energy is ripe for how are we going to revolutionize and control or manage or expel or expound on or send out into the universe our own personal energy to the end that we need to do something different. Now that is going to be, it's going to be rather powder keggy, just in the general blah blah blah, right? Just in the universe, it's going to be a powder keg. I want you to understand that that is where this is going. Now, by my saying that, I'm not saying that life is going to end as we know it. I'm not saying that. How do I set the boundary? Listen, you have to set your own energetic boundary, and you have to be very careful what you are allowing in your ears, in your eyes, into your heart. Be very, very careful. This is a time you need to set the third dimensional boundaries. And at any time, really, the more that I set those third dimensional boundaries about what I watch on television, what I listen to, in my music time that I actually listen to music, the types of books that I'm reading, how much time I'm spending on social media for a personal purpose, not professional, right? Not purposeful purpose, but just personal. The more that I regulated all of that, I was setting up the energetic boundary and not allowing all of the fear-based to come in. Right? One of my guilty pleasures was like the Real Housewives franchise on Bravo. I'm not going to lie. I absolutely loved it. Right? I loved it. Guilty pleasure. Atlanta, OC, the OGs and OC. Come on now. That was my thing, man. And everyone's like, you got to see the Salt Lake City Housewives. I'm not watching no Housewives. I can't let that energy in anymore. Right? Because you know what, that energy, that the whole reality TV that isn't really real because it's all really scripted and an illusion, but they want you to think that it's real and all this stuff, that just, it messes with you. So watch what you put in. So set these boundaries. If you can take the next few days till the 20th, can we get past the 20th, maybe to the 21st, and fast from reality TV, junk TV, music that maybe we shouldn't probably listen to. Listen, as much as I love me a little Cardi B, much as I love me some Meg, much as I love me some Erica Banks, Sweetie, I had to walk away from that for a while. I had to walk away from that because I couldn't continue to let that in. Okay. So set your energetic boundaries not only in your relationships, but in what you're allowing to come into your soul, into your auric field. That includes music and social media and YouTube videos and all of that. If some of your favorite YouTubers are like bad mouthing other YouTubers, that's probably not the thing you want to listen to. Like, or so, if they're not like projecting the light. If they're not bringing light and bringing upliftment, that's probably not something you want to listen to. You do what you want. You're grown. I'm just telling you how we set proper boundaries in navigating negative energy. And that, in actuality, kind of, so the boundaries by not watching all of this stuff and not allowing the fear, because you have to understand that there are entities that feed off of lower vibrational energy, fear. Just like a narcissist will feed off of an empath's positive energy, but really what they're doing is they're actually feeding off of an empath's negative energy because they begin to hurt that empath, hurt their feelings, get in and just twist that knife. And then once they started the bleeding, then they're like, okay, I've got all this great empathic, like whatever fear. It's a fear based love. It's a guilt based love. It's all this lower vibrational stuff, right? So even the narcissist is really feeding off of lower vibrational energy and not actually high vibrational energy. So the less of those things from the outside world, this is probably tip number 2, the less of those things from the outside world and regular schmegular world that you're letting in, the easier it is to set proper energetic boundaries. And really, energetic boundaries are all just the fact that your aura is healed. Sharon, hey, honey. Hello, everybody that's come in. Sharon and Mystical, I am going to, hopefully this works. Guys, while I'm talking, I also want you to remember we're doing a free training. I'm going to tomorrow. The tickets are free. Go to this. I'm gonna oops. I'm hoping I can pin the comment. I might have to go to YouTube to pin it. If one of my mods can just keep putting that up there, go there and sign up for tomorrow. It's going to be about an hour and a half. It's called Rise and Shine Light Worker. Connect to your light. L.I.G.H.T. Love that inspires going higher together. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. But this is part of how we connect, right? We have to be careful what we're putting in. Because if you're just feeding like negative, low based energy, low frequency energy, you cannot expect to ascend. So how do we navigate negative energy? One, let's have our auric defenses ready, set proper boundaries in our personal life, set proper boundaries as to what we're allowing in and what we allow to hit, right? And what energy we're feeding. Okay. So we're going to do those two things. First of all, the other thing that we have to do as we grow and we're becoming, we start to understand at a greater degree that that shadow or negative energy is not something to fear. It's something to embrace. I apologize for my nose and I apologize for my voice, guys, today. Then we begin to release the need for either explanation or retribution. And I navigate negative energy probably the most effectively just by not seeing it in this duality. It's such a black and white thing. Case in point, someone says something that really is quite hurtful. I have to make a determination at that point. There's a few things I look at, and this is in my personal life because this is usually where we're going to see it. But navigating negative energy is very important also for you as light workers and healers, energy healers, because you can't be taking this stuff on. You got to navigate the minefield from your clients. You start taking it on, honey, you're going to be overflowing with negativity and it's going to be a problem. Okay? It's going to be a problem. Now listen. So when I'm presented with something and it's just like, ugh, woo, it is not of the light. It is not of the light. I have a choice. So the choice really is do I just kind of like sit in this garbage and kind of let it come in, or do I look at it and then look beyond it and look at the person and see their pain? Because again, all negative, opposing, shadow, not of the light, it's always self-centered. It's always quite selfish in a not healthy way. It's always a tad bit narcissistic, but not that they're narcissists. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to look at this and I'm going to examine it and I'm going to see this person, this entity, what have you, in their pain. And I'm not going to necessarily assign a black and white bam to it because it's all shades of gray at that point. It's all shades of gray. So look at this situation, and my healers, I'm here. Talking to you a lot, a bit like big time right now. I want you to look at the pain. And then if this is an individual, try to find the source of that pain. Now, if we're dealing with like universal, like shadow energy, that's a whole separate issue. You know, like what's over countries, what's kind of over this world at the moment. That's a little bit different. We got to look at that a little bit differently, and still not so necessarily black and white, but in the fact that it's so basal and so dark that must mean that we're doing the right thing and raising the vibrational light. But if I'm just dealing one-on-one, I'm going to see you in your pain first so that I can begin to have compassion for that pain. I'm not bringing it on and I'm not excusing it in the least. I'm just saying that I understand it and I have compassion for it, which allows me to operate from a position of power. Because if you're operating on the defensive because you are feeling like you've had an attack launched at you, you are not operating from a position of power. Don't address it either. We don't have time to keep on as light workers in our purpose. We do not have time to keep dealing with the little stuff. Okay, so if there's some people, whatever the situation, like there's a lot of stuff, just flip and let it go. And you don't have to address everything. You don't. It's okay. Because the more you address it, the more you're feeding it. So there's some things you're just going to have to let go. Okay? Let it go. And sometimes I even will look and say, why is this hitting me so hard? Because if it is actually affecting me, let me tell you, then there's something else that's within me that's unhealed. And I'm going to take that as an opportunity to learn. So that's third or fourth. I don't know where we're at right now. I have to edit this. Third or fourth thing here, right? Is that you need to look at, why did this hit you? Why is this negativity hitting you? Where did this come from? Because I should be okay with all this. This shouldn't really bother me. Because most stuff don't bother me anymore. It's like, whatever. But if it hits, baby, I got to look and figure out where, why, and what for. What still is the area that is still unhealed within me? So that I can deal with that, clean that bad boy up, and let's get her healed, because I don't want to carry that. Now, how we navigate universal or what's happening on the globe right now in the negativity and the fear, turn it off. And as we're feeling, because we're really kind of enveloped, most of the world, I would say, if not all the world, is really enveloped in this this fog of fear. It's more important than ever for you to shine your light. It's much more important than ever for you to raise your vibrational frequency. It's much more important than ever for you to connect to your light. It's much more important than ever for you to begin to step into your purpose, to identify and clarify your purpose, and then begin to walk in it so that you're prospering in it. It is much more important for you to raise your vibration and keep it high. You cannot do that, however, if you're stuck down in the minefield of negativity. I hope that makes sense. We, as light bearers, as light carriers, as light emitters, because that's what all of us are as light workers. That's the bottom line. There's really no like mystery about it. This is who we are. You know, we're awakened ones, we're chosen ones. We've awakened to our purpose earlier than some others, but there will be more, and there's more of us every day. And not all of us are yet even fully walking in our purpose, whatever stage that looks like at right now, and whatever iteration of that there is right now. How you navigate the negative energy is, first of all, you have your boundaries. Second of all, you change your input. Third of all, and probably most important, you see it for what it is and have compassion for it and not make a judgment or an assignment. Fourth, you raise your vibration and you keep it high. And last but not least, this might sound real crazy, but number five, mind your own business. Lisa, why are you saying that? It's not that we're not supposed to be praying for and uplifting and praying for healing and unity and peace and love and joy and prosperity in the entire world, in your neighborhood, in your country, whatnot. But can I tell you something? If you are focused on taking care of you and raising your vibrational set point and living the life you came here to incarnate to live, and less focused on everybody else, it's crazy how easy it is to raise your own vibrational set point and shine your light. Mm. I'm going to let that sit and marinate for a hot second. Hey, Lights here. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Pam. Okay. See, there comes a point in time, and I'm just gonna sit there for a second. And let me just sit there for a real quick second, y'all. Y'all don't mind, just for a few minutes. I'm not gonna keep you long tonight on a Saturday evening. We're not gonna preach a sermon tonight. It makes your life, it made my life. Okay, can I be super honest right now? I got really sucked into, and I'm still paying attention to it, don't get me wrong. I got really sucked into all the drama that has been happening here in the US, as I'm sure most all of you have. I got sucked into the astrology of it. I got sucked into the tarot of it. I got sucked into the intrigue and the espionage and the this and the that and the this and the that. I'm not gonna start saying too much because I don't want you two to be like, nope, bloop, out of here. But I got sucked into all of that, darlings. I did. And it was consuming a good chunk of my day. And because it was consuming a good chunk of my day, it was consuming a good chunk of my energy. Okay. Because it was consuming a good chunk of my energy, it was consuming a good chunk of my mind. And then that got me into these discussions with people. Some I knew, some I didn't know, all over social media and blah, 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 blah. Honey, when I tell you it is draining, I think some of us have to admit that we really did get drained. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have. that we shouldn't add. Again, I am still putting positive energy, praying for peace, wholeness, freedom, democracy for the United States of America to truly be the United States of America, the country that I love. Not always perfect, but I love it. I love her. Yes? And for the world to be at peace, love, harmony, and abundance. However, I had to start minding my own business. And I had to start minding my business of my purpose of being the light I chose to come here and incarnate to be and fulfill my purpose. My purpose was not to spend 3, 4, 5 hours watching videos every night, talking to my good girlfriends, going, "Did you see that? Did you see that?" Going down rabbit holes and reading all sorts of documentation. That's I could guarantee you that that was not part of the incarnation deal. Okay? Not that I didn't need to see that, not that I didn't need to understand it, but it just sucked up too much of my time. It took a life of its own on, and I'm being completely transparent. I'm being completely transparent with you all. Like I am, because you all know I'm just like you. I put these old jeans on one leg at a time. I'm fighting the battle of the bulge around the fluffy tummy, just like you. Okay, I'm getting older every day, just like y'all. I'm going. What am I going to do with this here chin? Because I'm losing weight, just like y'all. Okay, I got right. We're the same. We're in this together. We're going higher together. But I had to look at all of that and say, am I putting my energy, for the most part, where it belongs? Is this where I am supposed to be directing my energy? My energy that is emanating from my heart chakra through my auric field out into the universe? Or has it become a distraction that is keeping me from doing my business? And when I determined it was keeping me from doing my business, doing my job, my purpose, and I diverted that energy to where it was supposed to go, it's amazing how the purpose takes off. It's amazing because what you put your attention and intention towards grows. So we are a month ahead of schedule to retire because I put my energy back where it belonged. And then now the weight is lifted off. So now when I pray for the country, when I pray for the world, when I pray for light workers all around the globe, when I pray that the veil, right, the fog of fear gets lifted off of this world, it's not with such a heavy heart that I do it. Because the other thing is, if I honestly believe what I tell you, then there's no reason for me to fear, is there? Because I don't live according to what third dimensional mores and statuses and stratuses and classes and all that have. I don't live by that. I don't. I manifest. I create my world. I create my reality. So it can all be falling down all around me. But I tell you what, these food stores that I have to go to gonna stay open. I'm gonna still be fulfilling my purpose. Lights all gonna stay on. The internet gonna stay on. I'm be able to buy more hair when I get ready. You know what I'm saying? Good night, Miss Joanna. Oh, good night, Inspirational Touch. So if we believe what we say, how to navigate negative energy? You better stand in your beliefs and know why you believe them and be able to enact them. Okay? So mind your business. Mind yours. And I'm a mind mine. And but you understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be funny, y'all. Y'all get it. All right. That's what I wanted to say to y'all tonight. I hope that this helps. We'll edit this and then we'll get this on the podcast. We'll get it uploaded to Anchor. Right now, the podcast, the Sunday Soul podcast, is has been published on Spotify. I believe we're up to 11 episodes. The first 11 episodes are up there on Spotify. They are on Anchor FM as well. I'm working to get them on iTunes as, or is it Apple Music? Whatever y'all call it. I don't mess with the Apple. I'm working to get it on there as well and other podcast platforms. This one will be up as well. Do not forget, and we're going to post it. We're going to post the podcast on heartofinspiration.net. We're undergoing a revamp of that, of the main website, and getting ready to launch the next website. Don't forget to go to heartofinspiration.net and sign up for on January the 16th at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. I'm conducting a free training on Rise and Shine Light Worker. Connect to your light. L.I.G.H.T. Love that inspires, going higher together. So if you are a light worker, you thought you're a light worker, you might be. I'm going to tell you, rise and shine. It's time to get up. Let's get going. Wake up. And we're going to talk tomorrow very briefly, about an hour, maybe hour and a half at the most. Connect to your light. The tickets are free, guys. I don't typically do a whole lot of free stuff, off of YouTube. The tickets are free. Go ahead on and get there. I did limit the seating. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, go on and go get it. Okay. Tickets are free. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon. And if you're interested in potentially being considered for our master class, our Lightworker Academy master class, there's a link down in this description box that will allow you to schedule a 15-minute brief call with me, and we will determine if enrollment makes sense for you. All right, guys. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys so much. I will see you on Zoom. Sign up on the 16th, and then we'll see you again for the Sunday Soul podcast. Guys, have a great evening, okay? Take care of yourselves, be safe, and above all, stay in high vibrations. Love you guys. Namaste. Bye bye.